Sunday's weather, cloudy skies becoming mostly sunny later in the day with a high near 83 and a calm wind. Monday, partly sunny with a high of 85. Tuesday, mostly sunny and hot with a high of 91. Wednesday, mostly sunny and hot again, 91 with a calm wind. Thursday, partly sunny and hot with a high near 90. And next Friday, partly sunny skies, high near 88. Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, the temperature is 70 degrees.
WOON Radio.
Good morning and welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan, as always, joined by Mr. Patrick Holland. Good morning, Pat. How's it going this Saturday morning?
Oh, it's going fantastic.
Well, while the rest of the world was sleeping or waking up and having some coffee, you were traveling the highways and byways of Warwick to Attleboro to Woonsocket. Is that right?
Yeah.
Just seeing how was traffic?
Traffic was good. Big baseball tournament in Attleboro that we do every year. So I had to bring up some water, get the guys set up.
Get the umpires all set up.
Coordinate. I think they have 40 games today and 31 tomorrow. So.
And they were advertising experience needed to do field conditions on their fields. And I'm like, wow, what a mistake that is. You're just not going to get you couldn't get volunteers to do it. You're not going to get people that have experience to step up and rake a field. Come on, people.
Right.
Grab a rake, go move some dirt around, and you look good in the process. And apparently there's free water. So, all right, another interesting week in the cheap seats. 2 weeks ago, Pat, the battle for the wild card spot. Last week, we had them folding up the team and moving out of Boston. 8-game winning streak, jumping into third place. I'm feeling pretty good about the Red Sox.
I mean, they look good. I didn't really tune in until late last night.
Yeah,
that
was the time to tune in.
I saw they were down, and
they're down 4-1
had
early.
gotten pulled after, and I didn't know he got injured. But I'm looking, I'm like, oh, it's one of these games, and then I turned it back on. And I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, so pretty exciting ending, and that ball may have just landed on the corner of Park and Kennedy Street that Cedar Rafaela hit last night for the walk-off home run. So we're going to get into the Red Sox and much more later on, but as always, let's get you caught up on what's happening around Rhode Island and New England. In American Legion Baseball, Upper Deck Post 14, currently 9-1 with 18 points, absolutely just running away with it. The next closest team is 4-4. The Cumberland Lincoln combined team, who plays their home games at Chet Nichols Field on the campus of Lincoln High School, will play 2:00 today. We'll play a doubleheader today at 10 down at Cranston Stadium against the 2-4 Gershkoff Auburn Post 20 out of Cranston. Cranston Stadium, I got to play that once back in high school. Pretty cool place to play a baseball game. So
yeah,
little old school.
I forget the name. I think it's like Mastriangelo Field. Or
is that what it's
called?
called? I'm not sure.
I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
It is a long Italian type name.
In Cranston?
Field.
Oh, no kidding.
But yeah, it's a good park.
Yeah, good park. Good luck to the Upper Deck Post 14 as they're looking to, I think they're 3-time state champions in Legion Ball, looking to. Actually, they're just playing for regionals now. I mean, get up in Maine or New Hampshire, wherever regionals are this year.
Yeah, and then turning to local guy gone pro, Cumberland's own Tyler Kolick hooked up with the Rhode Island Elite Grassroots Program with 100 pairs of sneakers and gear in advance of an important weekend on the AAU circuit. Rhode Island Elite Director, co-founder Nick Light, who received word that 40 boxes of Puma gear shipped directly from the company showed up in the mail one day last week. Every kid got 2 pairs of new shoes and a backpack. So always awesome to see, kids from the area who've gone pro, giving back to the community, and we're still trying to get Tyler to come on the show.
We'll see.
We're trying to play some of the network games. So.
And that information came from our good friend Brendan McGear of the Blackstone Valley Call and Time. So thank you, Brendan, for that information. I guess also this week is the first weekend that professional scouts or college scouts can watch games. So where this Rhode Island Elite team is playing, they're going to be playing in front of a lot of scouts with their 2 new pairs of shoes. We used to get blisters with new shoes, and they probably don't have that problem anymore.
No,
the way
these kids get new shoes like every other week.
Exactly. So thanks, Tyler Kolek, who just started with the Knicks in the Summer League.
Yep, Summer League out in, I think they're out in Vegas.
Yeah. All right, over in the New England Collegiate Baseball League, the two local Rhode Island entries meet up tonight at Old Mountain Field in South Kingstown as the 14 and 15 Ocean State Waves look to close their 5.5 game gap on the first place 20 and 10 Newport Gulls at 6:30. Both teams coming off wins last night. Exciting programming note for us. Coach Kean Kelleher of the Newport Gulls will be joining us next Saturday. I believe he'll be calling in. The 21-year-old, yes, 21, will be telling us his story, how he went from D1 pitcher to most likely, I'm going to guess and see if he can confirm this, the youngest coach in the NECBL. And as you've heard us talk, that's just like one notch below the Cape Cod League, 21-year-old coach. So Kean will be joining us on the phone lines next week to talk about his journey and where he hopes to go from there.
Yeah, and as those who listen regularly probably remember, Kean was on the show as a fill-in for you last summer when we broke down the MLB draft.
And coincidentally, the MLB draft is tomorrow.
Is this weekend, yeah.
And we may have to keep Kean on for an extra 15 or 20 minutes to break down the Red Sox and the rest of the MLB draft.
Yeah, another local boy done good, Cam Schlittler.
Who?
Of Walpole. Who played his college baseball at Northeastern. He's a Walpole High graduate, won his Major League Baseball debut on Wednesday as a starting pitcher for the New York Yankees. Schlittler, 24, walked 2, struck out 7 as the Yankees beat the Seattle Mariners 9-6. He allowed 3 runs on 4 hits in 5 1/3 innings. One of the team's top-rated prospects. 6'6", Schlittler threw New York's 7 fastest pitches this season. Average fastball velocity was at 97.9. I think he topped out at just a little over 100.
And he set some sort of record.
He's the highest for a Yankees pitcher this year. But I believe it's a record that he 7 Ks in his first official start.
But the fastest fastball, something as well for a debut Yankee pitcher.
Yeah,
or
and he holds the fastest.
Yeah,
I think it's 7 or 8 pitches thrown by Yankees pitchers all season.
Wow,
which is phenomenal.
6'6", Walpole High School, Northeastern, the only ranked team this year in the college out of New England in the college World Series. So,
listen, I never heard of the kid. I only know because a buddy of mine, Paul Clark. If you're listening, Paul,
thank you.
He had posted a picture. It's like his college roommate's brother's son, and he was wishing him good luck, and I'm like, I wonder who this kid is local. And
I brought him up to Matt, my son, who filled in for you one week. He was like, I've heard of him, and he said his name. He was like, Schlitz or Schlitzler. I'm like, I hadn't heard of him either, but always good to see anytime a New England kid, not just Mass or Rhode Island, anytime a New England kid makes it to the major leagues in baseball, it's such a tough area to make it all the way through.
Especially pitching.
And then pitching, so...
I think there's a marketing opportunity for him to get a Schlittler.
Are they still in business?
T-shirt. No, maybe they are.
Maybe they are. I don't know. All right, a record crowd of over 10,700 was on hand last Saturday to see RIFC fight to a draw with Birmingham Legion FC 1-1 before the Pawtucket Fireworks display. So keeping that tradition going of selling out the game before the fireworks. I imagine this probably wasn't a bad sight line. I think they shot the fireworks off over the river. But RIFC has slipped into 10th place in the Eastern Conference with 16 points. However, they're just 4 points out of 5th place in the tightly matched Eastern Conference. RIFC plays tonight at 8th place Indy 11 beginning at 7 o'clock. That game can be seen on Nesson Plus.
Yeah, and up the street in Foxborough, not a record crowd, but 45,000 went to Gillette Wednesday night to see the New England Revolution host Lionel Messi and his Inter Miami team. Messi did not disappoint as he became the first player in MLS history to score multiple goals in 4 consecutive games with 2 goals in the first half to lead Miami to a 2-1 win over the Revs. The Revs travel to Austin for a match tonight that kicks off at 8:30. In a little birdie told me, so the Revolution aren't allowed to sell any Lionel Messi jerseys.
Okay.
Not only that, but Miami takes a security team on the road with them, and they make sure that no Lionel Messi bootleg shirts are being sold around the stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I guess
Interesting. Oh.
when he's making significant amount of money off those sales, I'm sure they want to make sure they're getting all
They're getting all their money. So now,
little tidbit.
last year you went to the game when
Nope.
Messi played? Oh, I thought. All right, you sold your tickets.
I sold my
both
tickets
years?
last year
and this year.
and this year.
Okay.
I got twice as much last year, but I got
They
enough.
almost had
I
twice
got
as
enough
much.
this year too. So.
They had twice as much of a crowd. They did have 65,000 last year. They had
Yes.
45,000.
But they
this
they
year.
opened up the top level last year.
Yeah.
They didn't this year.
Oh, they didn't. Okay, even for 45,000, I didn't know if they'd have a smattering up top.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, but 45,000 for a Wednesday night Revs game, still not bad.
I mean, they sold
so.
the second level, but not the top.
Oh,
top
okay.
level,
Oh,
not
okay.
not the top level.
Oh, all right. Up 146 up in Worcester. The Woo Sox had an up and down week, going 3-2 at Rochester. Woo Sox will finish their series in Rochester. Then they have 4 days off for an All-Star break. Double A has 4 days off. MLB's coming up on their All-Star break, so it seems consistent throughout baseball. They return to Polo Park next Friday night for a brief 3-game series versus Scranton. Friday's game will be at 6:45. Next Saturday will be at 4:05, and next Sunday will be at 1:05. After that, the Woo Sox do not return home until July 29th, at which point I think they're home for about 3 weeks. Finally. Christian Campbell, currently struggling a 203 average, still seeing the ball okay. He has a 382 on base percentage, so just struggling getting the hits, but working the walks. Encouraging the defensive play of Campbell at first. 57 total chances over 8 games, 0 errors. Also of note in Worcester, just something to keep an eye on as we get up near the trade deadline. Vaughn Grissom, through 80 games, is hitting 284 with a 354 on base percentage as a second baseman. You had mentioned when they traded for him, he was the defensive specialist, basically, and anything they were going to get out of him offensively would be a bonus. And he's hitting very well.
Yeah, and he was part of the deal that sent Chris Sale down to Atlanta.
Yes,
he was their number one prospect, I believe.
Yeah,
at least in the top 5.
Right.
So
keep an eye on him come trade deadline.
Yeah, certainly somebody they could move since they have a.
Or if they trade somebody else, move him up.
Base.
Right, exactly. So he's holding his own at second base, as they say.
And lastly, the U.S. men's team lost the CONCACAF Gold Cup final 2-1 to Mexico this week. Second goal by Mexico had to be reviewed and was initially called offsides and then overruled to being onside.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Offside? Onside?
Yeah, it was definitely onside.
You think so? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was definitely onside.
Oh, too bad.
But not by a lot,
No.
but enough.
I thought it was offside, but
Team USA will have 8 friendlies between now and having to announce their World Cup roster.
what do you think about friendlies? I got a friend that hates them. An Attleboro buddy hates friendlies, and
it's necessary.
Yeah,
Like, they have to play.
Well, now they do because
Yeah.
the roster's not set for next year.
Right, but even if they still have to play together.
Yeah.
Leading up to it, right?
Right.
You're not just gonna oh, here's the team, and now we come together for the camp for World Cup. You still
Right.
want to play, as a team. But yeah, I mean it's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
But these games obviously mattered. The CONCACAF, there are teams that are still trying to qualify for
Right.
the World Cup. Some of the lower teams. I think like there's a couple that they played within this group that were they're battling for it.
Well, how do you feel then? Okay, so they're coming out of this tournament. This buddy said, you got your U.S. players that are playing over in Europe. You got all these tournaments. You got this other tournaments going on simultaneously as the CONCACAF, the global cup.
That
That
all
didn't
the
draw
top
well.
teams.
Yeah, that did not draw well.
Yeah, no.
Attendance wise. And now you're trying to put together your World Cup roster. He likes this buddy. He likes to coach, but he doesn't think the U.S. team is talented. Now, with the talented players just not playing, can they make a run in a year? Is what I guess
most of their
asking.
top players weren't out there.
Okay.
Pulisic, whatever his name is.
Okay.
It's in the back of my mind. A lot of them were playing because their team was playing in the FIFA World Cup Club World Cup, or like Pulisic just took some time off. There's back and forth on whether is this the time to take time off or not.
Landon Donovan, Alexi Lawless, they were critical of the guys not playing.
You represent your country. This is the biggest tournament globally in sports.
Right.
That it happens every 4 years.
Right.
Now's not the time to take some time off.
You got a new coach.
Get a new coach.
I'm with Donovan and roster. I'm reading the word roster. I'm with Donovan and Lawless and those guys because I look at the hockey guys that the season ends and they get overseas to play in the cup over there and in the world championship over there. I'm critical of the basketball guys when they don't want to play for their country. I'm critical of the baseball guys when they don't want to play in the World Baseball Classic. So I got to be critical of the soccer guys just to stay consistent. I don't know their schedule. I don't know how bad they're breaking down, but I do know, as we've mentioned, probably about 3 or 4 weeks in a row now, World Cup starts in a year, and for the last month, and there's zero interest going on. No one's talking about it. And I think again they're going to sell out, but I think
it's going to come around. I mean, it is what it'll catch fire at some point. But nobody's talking about the U.S. team coming out and
I'm worried about them.
Are they going to make the knockout stage?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about them going 0-3 or I guess they expanded the tournament, so it could be 0-4. I think every team gets 4 games now. That's why I worry they don't have a roster. So basically, they got 8 games to put together their roster.
Yeah,
and
also
that doesn't seem like a lot either.
The CONCACAF showed that we get some guys who haven't played that stepped up that looked good, but they struggled once they got ahead with putting your foot on the throat, if you will, right?
Exactly.
So anyway,
all right, we'll see. So
what happens.
Okay, so when we come back, we want you to join us in the cheap seats. 401-766-1240. You can join us in the cheap seats. What are your thoughts? We're going to talk Red Sox. Did you see last night's game? Wow, on Sedan Rafael, a ball that just maybe landed earlier this morning. Do you agree with the All-Star selections? Crochet, Chapman, Bregman? Should anyone else have been named? And I got a trivia question for you. This week's trivia question: there's been one player in baseball history to play for the Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta Braves. Who is he? I'll give you one hint. He's in the Hall of Fame. Now, don't go looking it up on Google. Come on, use your mind. Use your brain.
I shouldn't read the answer.
Then don't read the answer. You didn't know?
Milwaukee. I didn't even know Milwaukee were the Braves at one point. So
Henry Aaron.
There you go.
Played for Red Sox. Boston was 1 year away from breaking the racial barrier with Henry Aaron. Their first year in Milwaukee, Hank Aaron played for the Milwaukee Braves. So okay. All right. So you're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin here on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and WoonSocketRadio.com. We will be back right after this.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasca Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasca Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TascaBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasca Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasca Buick GMC.
Providing experienced, compassionate care when you need it. That describes North Smithfield and Lincoln Urgent Care Centers. Their mission is to make you feel safe and reassured about the nature and severity of minor illnesses like lacerations, sprains, ear and sinus infections, stomach and back discomfort, and more. Both facilities have X-ray and lab facilities on premises. North Smithfield Urgent Care, 594 Great Road, North Smithfield, 768-3400. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday 9 to 5. And Lincoln Urgent Care, across from Lincoln Mall, 333-9595. Open weekdays 9 to 9, Saturday and Sunday 9 to 5.
The last thing you need is more stress. So at Micho's Auto Body, they handle the complete claim for you. Check their website to see the 13 actual steps they take to make your experience stress-free. You'll also see a complete photo gallery showing you the detailed and technical process necessary to accommodate new car construction and metallic paints. Micho's Auto Body, 430 Privilege Street, Woonsocket, 769-1983.
Woonsocket Door Sales carries an excellent variety of doors to complement your residence or business, including the LiftMaster security doors that provide you with extra protection against theft. These doors feature a special security ID code to further safeguard your home, business, or valuables in your garage. Remember, an attractive door complements the appearance of your home or business. Woonsocket Door Sales for installation, parts, and repairs. Woonsocket Door Sales, 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. Call them 767-3448.
We're always here for you. ON Radio.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. We'll jump right in now. If you have any thoughts on anything we've talked about so far locally with the men's national team, hey, feel free. We'll entertain your thoughts and opinions on that as well. But we're going to get right into the Boston Red Sox. Wow. It's one thing when they're beating the Nationals and then the Rockies. To be fair, they actually lost the game to the Rockies earlier this year with Rafael Devers in the lineup. But they swept the Nationals. They swept the Rockies, and now they've taken 2 from Tampa, which is really significant because as we've been playing the game all year, are they closer to first place or last place? Not only are they closer to first and last, they're actually in third place. And by taking 2 from Tampa, they're 5 out of first place and a half a game in front of Tampa right now. So it's I don't know, great. Is it fool's gold, or should we be excited? Because I'm excited.
I mean, certainly, playing Washington and Colorado, you expect them to win. I mean, they crushed them.
Yeah,
they
kept
that was
scoring
a
like
little
5
bit
runs in the
of
first
that was a
inning.
little bit of well, maybe this is what it is. But and then you stop playing a team like Tampa and playing the way they are, and I think Cora said it last night. He's like, the atmosphere last night was real.
Yeah,
like the fans were into it.
Yes,
the players are engaged. They're really into it. They want to win. So I think they go with their bats are mashing right now.
yes.
And they're getting the critical hits which they weren't getting when they were on this losing streak. Right. They had, multiple runners left on base, double digits every game. They just couldn't get that hit, and now they are.
Right.
You got guys like, Cedar Rafaela in the last 10 games is batting .405, 15 hits, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, 10 runs scored.
Right.
Right. Roman Anthony
and playing a pretty good defense.
Yeah, Roman Anthony's batting .351, 13 hits, a home run, 7 RBIs, 9 runs scored. And you get this kid. He steps up last night in a pitch hitting role in the 9th inning.
Right. 21 years old.
Unbelievable at bat.
Works the walk.
Which you don't expect out of these young guys.
And that's with the crowd rocking against a good team, trailing by 1. And you expect some nerves to take over. I mean, talk about not looking nervous in the box at all. As I rewatched that game, he's just standing there.
And I think somebody made a comment last night. I was watching the post game that prior to that, you had Mayer. I think Meyer was he might have been in the on deck circle or.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
They were both out there while the pitcher was warming up. They looked at each other, kind of winked, little hand bump, fist bump, like.
Yeah. We got this.
This is why we're here. Right?
Yeah.
This is our time. Let's do this, right? So, just unbelievable. And that Rafaela, I mean, Jesus.
Right, yeah, I mean, on the year, he's got his average up to 271. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. He was like in the 230s with like a 285 on base percentage. His on base is up to 314. He's got the 791 OPS right now, as I'm obviously looking at stats. But 13 home runs, 46 RBIs, 12 stolen bases on the year. I'm not sure if it was my brother or somebody else tweeted like, well, why is Rafaela an All-Star? And I think he's just been a little bit too little too late to get the All-Star nod from the Red Sox. But I mean, in 90 games, I mean, it's not a small sample. This guy's legit. I mean, in the last month or so, as you rattled off his stats, he's the guy you want up right now. I mean, in that home run he hit last night, it's one of the furthest home runs I've seen over the monster. I mean, that was
he crushed it.
He did.
He was sitting on it.
It was like the home run derby in 1999.
And he knew it. And I don't even think he ran.
No, he kind of looked at the dugout, put his hands out.
Flipped his bat, did like the ice in the veins, and I don't think he ran until he got to first base.
So it's all right. So the Sox, they're actually, again, there's 70 games left in the year. So it's just over halfway through. So I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but again, season ends right now, which is I always makes me cringe when I hear other people say it. So what the heck? I'll make you guys cringe. But they're half game up in the last wild card spot.
Yeah.
I mean, just a few weeks ago, they're 3.5 games out or 2.5 games out of the last wild card spot. So now it's literally in their hands on how the rest of the season goes. They're that close, they're close to second place. They got an outside shot at first. Mm-hmm. And they're in the wild card spot. And dare I say, I mean, there's a different atmosphere going on now at Fenway Park. And I don't know if it's because Devers is gone. Some Devers news came out this week, but there is a definite a different atmosphere being played out at Fenway this week, and they're winning at home.
They're gaining some steam, some attention for sure. You start winning games like this. They're 9-1 in the last 10. Streaks like that. Other teams start losing. Now, I think they had said last night. I forget who they talked to. Was it Cash? Cash is Cash is the manager of Tampa.
Oh, Tampa, yeah.
And he had said we're gonna beat up on each other.
Right.
Like teams are gonna go through eight game winning streaks, and then they're gonna have 8 game losing streaks. It's gonna happen all season, all of us, and we're all gonna be in it at the end.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. It's always like that in the AL East.
Right. Tampa Bay's just 5.5 games out of first place
Baltimore's kind of started to
they're starting to play a little bit better,
and make a little bit of a run.
And did I say that the Yankees are in first? Yankees are in second.
Yankees, they dropped.
I'm sorry, I said the Yankees are in first. I knew that. I'm looking at my notes right now.
So what ends up happening is the Sox have a tremendous walk off.
Right.
I turn over to watch the Yankees because I get the Yes Network. I don't know how.
The game was still on MLB. That's what I was able to see. This is Thursday night, not last night, right? Thursday
last night. Didn't they have a walk-off last night?
They had a walk-off with Judge hit a sacrifice fly Thursday night because I was watching that game.
They were down.
Yeah. They were down, I think 5-1, and they was 5-5.
Did they not play last night?
If they did, I'm not sure how they did last night because I ended up watching the game against Seattle, and Judge hit a walk-off sacrifice fly where the play at the plate, the catcher didn't tag the runner. It was a great slide.
Was a great slide
by the Yankee player to avoid the tag and hit the plate. They reviewed it.
They won last night 11-0. I didn't watch that.
That was not a walk-off.
But it was a game before. It was a game before where I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, oh, Yankees are down. Then all of a sudden, I'm like,
great comeback by the Yankees.
Unbelievable. Jesus.
But that helped the Sox jump over Seattle.
I think I sent you the text. I go, well, it's a win-win either way, right?
Right.
Seattle,
I still want the division.
Seattle loses, we gain a game.
Right.
Yankees lose, we gain a game.
I want to gain on the Yankees. I keep thinking they're in first place. I forgot that they had lost like 10 in a row themselves to give up, first place to Toronto. So Toronto right now, then the Yankees, then the Sox, then Tampa, then Baltimore at 11.5 behind is how the AL East is shaping up. So if you have any thoughts on the Red Sox and their current win streak, which, boy, it's a lot more fun talking about them when they're in the midst of a winning streak. 401-766-1240. Give us a call here in the cheap seats on WOON. You can also watch us on Facebook on the WOON Facebook page and on the ON Worldwide YouTube page. So if you'd like to see,
we share that link on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
which
we have
is
the cheap seats for Alan.
and Kevin.
So lots of ways to watch us, listen to us. So tell your friends as well. But
we are handsome guys. So.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but not too bad. A little groggy in the morning. Yeah. for the listeners, we're good. But okay, so the Sox, where they go from here? We're going up against the trade deadline. You asked me when you got here. Do you trade Duran? That's the big name. I don't want them to trade Duran. That's me. I don't think his numbers are as bad as everyone's making them out to be. He's at 257. I do like his 10 triples. He's got 50 RBIs on the year. His numbers aren't the same as last year.
Right.
But his all-out hustle.
Do you sell high? He's the oldest. Like I said, he's the oldest of that rotation. I think he's 26. 27?
I think he's 27, actually, yeah.
So, you get all these young outfielders.
Yep.
So if you can move him there's rumors that they're in on this Joe Ryan kid in Minnesota.
And we looked up his stats before the game, before our show, and his ERA is under 3. His WHIP is under 1. He's thrown 110 innings, 109 innings on the year.
Solid guy to slide in after Crochet or after Bayo.
Yeah.
Whatever. They need to solidify the starting rotation still. They're missing a piece. It's clear in last night. I mean, like I said, last night you tune in and you go, this is a game we're going to lose. They're trying to patchwork through. They got, obviously I didn't know Dobbins got hurt, but then it's an inning, right? Yeah. So.
Well, I think, it's, if there's been now, as you're just over the halfway point of the season, it's Walker Buehler. Still coming in with a 6.12 ERA. Somehow he's 6-6 on the year. I'm not quite sure how about that.
I'm sure Crochet is wondering how that is.
Exactly. Crochet at 9-4. And also, though he begged out of the All-Star game.
Good.
Not sure if it's just him or the Red Sox or a combination of the two saying, hey,
what's more important?
Well, and he's at 100. I got to look up. 120 innings. He's tied for the American League lead in innings pitched. Obviously on pace for about 220 to 240. They want him for the playoff run. So I'm okay with it. He was just going to pitch an inning anyway.
Yeah.
As much as I want to see the stars of the league play.
There's also discussion about do they have him on an innings watch for the season total?
Right.
Depending on. Regardless of what they're doing, I can't imagine they would shut him down at.
I don't think so.
At 190 innings.
They did that with Steven Strasburg, his rookie year, and maybe wisely so. But it cost the Washington Nationals a playoff spot back when they did.
I can't see the Red Sox doing that.
No, I think
Fenway would be burnt to the ground.
Yeah, if Crochet was on an innings wire, I think they've already limited some of his innings back at 5 and 6. They would have done it earlier in the year. But you look at Crochet, 2.39 ERA. You look at Bayo, 3.27. Lucas Giolito, I mean, again, a month ago he was at 6.36, and now he's at 3.36 for his ERA. So you do have 3 guys that are settling into. Oh, good, Giolito's pitching. Oh, good, Bayo's pitching. And Bayo throwing a complete game the other night, which. You treat a complete game now like it's a no hitter,
and he only threw like 100 and
and
that was because the last inning he
gave up 2 runs.
They started getting to him.
I think he was at 1-0 something for the game because
I think it was 107,
something like that. Yeah, so you got 3 guys that are settling in. You got Aroldis Chapman. Let's get into Chapman when we come back. Let's take a quick break. I want to get into Chapman because I need to say I was wrong and explain. Wow. How badly I was wrong about Aroldis Chapman. So you're in the cheap seats. We'd like to hear from you at 401-766-1240. You can join us in the cheap seats on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoonSocketRadio.com.
State Line Service and Tire Center is a full-service vehicle maintenance and repair center, including computerized engine analysis, wheel alignment, emission testing, exhaust, and more. Their ASE-certified technicians use only quality parts to maintain your manufacturer's warranty. Regular maintenance is important. Remember to check your tires for pressure and wear. If you need tires, State Line will shop for you to get the best possible price, and they welcome any questions you may have about maintaining your vehicle. State Line Service and Tire Center at 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket at the City Line. 765-0146.
The world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors, as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers.
Are you looking to beautify your property this spring? Look to A.J. Moran for stonework patios, steps, walkways, plus retaining walls. Are you looking to beautify your home this spring? A.J. Moran can put veneer stone right on your house to have beautiful looking stone. And if that's not what you want, A.J. Moran can rebuild indoor fireplaces with veneer stone. It's real natural stone. Check out what they can do online, ajmoraninc.com. A.J. Moran.
We're local and live at 99.5 FM, ON, AM, and FM.
And welcome back, and thank you for joining us in the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan along with Pat Holland. And I'll just reiterate our trivia question. If you have any thoughts, give us a call, 401-766-1240. There's one player in Major League Baseball history that played for the Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta Braves, all three Braves iterations. Good word.
And
for
there's
Saturday
one
morning.
person that might even know this.
I knew it.
I'm going to tell everyone it's
No,
just
no.
your trivia question.
Oh, yeah, it's my
'cause
trivia
It's not mine.
I had to give you. It's a Hall of Famer. Come on, this it should roll off the tip of your tongue. Come on.
I don't know.
You didn't know? You didn't know the answer?
I don't even know who the guy is.
Yeah, I think it's a 500.
There's a lot of
home
Hall
run
of
hitter.
Famers that I don't know.
Yeah, I'll
the
give
way.
you that. Some of the, yeah, I mean, obviously they're all older, but that's as you would imagine. But anyway, where I need to do the old mea culpa, if you will, is Aroldis Chapman. I was not happy with the signing when they signed him, like at all. I was very upset, more worried. Well, one, he's not, he's had some legal issues in the past. But, all right, he seems to be past that. Okay. He's 37 years old. I was more worried about his 7 point whatever walks per 9 innings coming in. He has not shown control at all in his career. And in 37 innings this year, he has only walked 10 batters. He's legitimately cut his walks in half this year
whip.
with a .7 whip. He's got a 1.22 ERA. He has struck out 55 again in 37 innings. He has 16 saves, which apparently isn't that many, I guess, compared to the league. But he's 16 for 17. In save opportunities.
Yep.
He's settled into the role. They're using him well. I think they're not overusing him. So, boy.
Sometimes it just becomes a matter of opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Have there been opportunities? So I think there have been games where there looked to be an opportunity, and then the Sox would put up a bunch of runs in the eighth inning, and it's like, all right, well, we're not going to bring him in and blow him unless he hasn't pitched in a couple
Oh, right.
days.
Then they
right?
give him
So
an inning of work. Right.
Those are the type of games where I go, this would, he would have come in and probably gotten a save, but they put up 4 runs to stretch it out. So, if we don't have to use him, don't use it. So, he's been pretty impressive. I mean, he's given up 2 home runs. He's 3-2, so he's
I don't
blown
remember
2.
him losing.
He's
those
blown
two,
at
but
least 1, and then I think they lost 1 in extra innings.
Oh, okay, yeah.
After, so.
Interestingly, though, you look at the rest of the team. Garrett Whitlock has 1 save and 5 opportunities. Hunter Dobbins, no saves, 1 opportunity. Greg Weissert, 3 saves, 8 opportunities. Justin Wilson, no saves, 4 opportunities. Zach Kelly, no saves, 1 opportunity. And Justin Slayton, who I remember more in the beginning of the year, they thought maybe he might become a closer, depending on how Chapman does. He has 3 saves and 5 opportunities. So, they definitely tried a lot of different pitchers in the closer role, and Chapman has just owned it. And I miss Justin Wilson. Did I get him? I think I got them all right.
Cooper Criswell 1 for 1.
and
Jordan Hicks
1 for 1.
Well, Jordan Hicks is a guy they just picked up
up
in
in
the
the-
Devers deal, so I think he's only pitched
Yeah, just
once,
the one time.
The one time for the Sox.
He picked right, and he picked up the save. So
Yep.
again, your thoughts on Chapman or anything with the Red Sox going on that 8-game winning streak right now? Give us a call, 766-1240. But so Chapman, 1 of 3 All-Stars. Named for the Red Sox. I did get a text. They predict not necessarily for All-Stars, but they would be okay if we go back to the trade talk. Romy Gonzalez, Rob Refsnyder, or Abraham Toro. Those would be the guys if the Sox are trading. So obviously he doesn't want to trade Duran either. But really quick, just to finish up the Red Sox All-Star talk, you had Chapman, Crochet's out, and Alex Bregman, which I disagree with only because Bregman's missed 45% of the games. I'm not quite sure why. He's got the numbers, he just doesn't have the games played. But I don't know why they put him on there. But though he did a couple hits last night.
And I don't know how that whole thing works, but I think players weigh in on that.
Maybe,
And I think he's just so well respected across the league. He has put up great numbers while he was playing. That's all I could see.
Right.
So I mean, whatever. The MLB All-Star Game's a joke anyway.
It's
so
turned from the 70s
Yeah.
and 80s of what it was to what it is now.
just
Anyway, right. So with the trade talk, and from the texter, Romy and Toro,
I don't see them
Ref
moving.
Snyder.
I don't see them moving Romy. I don't see them moving Ref Snyder. Toro, potentially, because there's a lot, especially if they think Campbell's going to come back up and play first, then
That's
there's
what
nowhere for Toro to be.
Right. That's what I think. I think if Campbell was hitting better than 202 in Worcester,
Yeah.
And he was up, say, even over 260, that might have been the case. But I think with is it Romy and Toro that are platooning first base, and both of them are kind of killing it.
And Romy can play second, too.
And Romy, yep.
And Toro has played third, but obviously we're not going to need him at third with
Right. With,
Bregman and Mayer can play third. So
Right.
if Bregman needed a day off, Meyer
Let's call
goes
the whole
over to
thing
third.
off.
You play Romy at second. Anyway,
I mean, and you get Romy, he's hitting 333, 371 on
hitting
the
the
team.
ball well.
Yeah, 46 hits, 138 at bats. He's got the 5 dingers. You got Toro, also has played in 51 games. He's hitting 276. So not as good, but he's having career numbers right now.
Right.
I would be more okay with Toro because I think he's having that career year. I think he's having that Connor Wong season of last year.
right.
And trade him now while his stock is high. Again, though, I don't want draft picks. It might not be the Ryan player from Minnesota that we talked about, but I want players.
If they're
legit.
if they're moving pieces, they're bringing in players.
Right.
They're not, unless they're giving away. Like, if they were in a sell mode, which I don't think they're going to be.
You can't be in a sell mode if you're right now. Again,
Right.
season ends, you're in the playoffs.
Right.
You can't be selling off.
If they had went on an 8-game losing streak coming out, then
Yes.
then certainly it's a different conversation.
Yeah,
But
you
they're
fall
certainly
behind
not
the
going to
Orioles.
just
Yeah.
give away. We'll trade you these 3 guys. Maybe they move a Toro for a draft pick because they can't get anything else for him because he is just a journeyman type player.
That would be okay. But
But
with
if they're moving to Duran.
you better
in
get
a
a player.
prospect in something like that, they're getting a player back. For
right,
sure.
Romy Gonzalez, he's been really good. He also mentioned Ref Snyder. Is I'm just looking up his numbers right now. I don't think he's hitting as good as he usually does. I can't even find him. Oh, there he is. He's hitting 274. So that's not bad. I mean, pretty much that. Anything above 260 right now is considered basically a Hall of Famer. Arguments I have with my kids. I'm like, do you remember Dave Kingman? He was like a 220 hitter, hit that 45 home run. He would be considered a Hall of Famer now, and he was considered a nice little power hitter, but all he did was strike out.
How about this guy in Seattle?
Oh, Cali? Is that
Raleigh?
Raleigh, yeah, 35 home runs.
No, he is
Is he up
38
36 now?
I believe.
Oh my God, yeah, he's jumped ahead of Judge. He's got 79 RBIs. Now I got to look it up. Cal Raleigh. He's got 81 RBIs, 92 games, plays for Seattle. He's a catcher who's hitting 264. He's got 38 home runs and 81 RBIs.
Yeah, so he just broke the AL record with 38 home runs before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
The guys, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know who he is. It's like
no, he's young guy. It's incredible what he has done. He's 4 home runs ahead of Judge, who's still hitting 354 in the year. He's 2 RBIs ahead of Judge. I thought Judge was going to run away with the Triple Crown, and here comes Cal Raleigh, a catcher.
I mean, he hit 34 home runs last year total.
Right.
He hit 30 the year before. He hit 27 the year before. So it's like he's already surpassed his career season numbers in the not even the first half.
Could be like a Brady Anderson situation.
Yeah.
When he hit 52.
377 OBP, 645 slugging, 1.022 OPS.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
unbelievable. Just
And
it's crazy.
Shohei sneaking in with 32 home runs, and old friend Kyle Schwarber with 30 as well.
The mayor
The
mayor from Waltham, right?
Yeah,
Isn't he the mayor of Waltham?
Schwarbs.
So
So yeah, it would be real interesting to see. I think you mentioned facetiously, of course, burning down Fenway Park. These things. If some of these trades, now they may just stand pat too. Story's been injury free. I keep waiting for that other shoe to drop. Though you said he made a Jeter-like play last night. I missed it.
unbelievable play. Ball hit between more closer to third. He backhands it. He's at least a foot and a half, 2 feet into left field. Jump, hop, throw for the out at first. First of all, I didn't think he had the arm strength since the surgery, but
I mean,
he got it there.
I was kind of like, with Trevor Story, I was kind of in the same camp as Aroldis Chapman. Still haven't been a big fan of his, but he's doing better. I mean, he's hitting, 254, 250 something.
And again, that's
253, 294 OBP. But
that's the difference between, earlier in the season, he's not making that play, or
Right.
he's booting the ball. These guys are making errors. Now they're making plays. Like,
Right.
I think Meyer had 2 great defensive plays last night and a double, right? So
yeah.
they're just,
No, they're playing great ball, going into the All-Star break at the right time. When they come out of the All-Star break, they got Cubs, Phillies, and Dodgers.
Yeah,
So they're going to
for
have
sure.
to somehow keep this momentum going so playing Tampa helps. It actually, what it does is shuts up a lot of people like, oh, it's just the Nationals, it's just the
Correct.
Rockies, who you have to play these teams. You still have to beat them.
And let's not forget, they lost to the Rockies earlier in the season.
Yeah,
they
they
lost
did.
to the White Sox when they
Exactly. The 2 worst teams in baseball, like
and
in the history of baseball.
So, again, you have to win the games you're supposed to win.
Exactly.
You have to win series, and they're doing that. So
But
we can't ask for anything more.
And boy, it's a lot more fun. So, okay, so once again, the trivia question is, who is the only Major League Baseball player ever to play for the Boston Braves, the Milwaukee Braves, and the Atlanta Braves? Give us a call. Give us your thoughts at 401-766-1240. When we come back, we'll continue on some Red Sox. We'll finish up in the MLB thoughts and see what you're thinking as well at 401-766-1240. Join us in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and WoodSoccerRadio.com.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasca Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Invista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasca Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TascaBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasca Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasca Buick GMC.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Service Master by Gilmore. From water and fire restoration to mold remediation and emergency cleanup, we've been restoring peace of mind for over 40 years, now proudly serving all areas, including our newest service location in Rhode Island. No job is too big or too small. Day or night, we're here for you. Call Service Master by Gilmore at 1-800-783-0552 or visit us at the web at www.svmgilmore.com. Restoration done right every time.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Mendon Road in Cumberland, just north of the Seabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And this week's special at Michael's Meats, Michael has St. Louis style pork spare ribs for just $3.98 a pound at Michael's Meats. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin, and we do have a phone call, so let's go to the phone line and let's see who we have on the line. Hello, are you there?
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Moose. How's it going?
I'm fine, thank you. Couldn't catch a show last week, but I just walked in to catch the last few minutes of your program today.
Do you hear my trivia question?
You just had a trivia question? I don't know.
Who's the only baseball player to play for the Boston Braves, Milwaukee Braves, and Atlanta Braves?
Aaron?
Nope. His first year was the first year in Milwaukee. He is a Hall of Famer, so it's not an obscure name, though Pat didn't know him.
It's not Chipper Jones?
It's not Chipper Jones.
The Boston Braves?
Yeah, he played 1 year with the Boston Braves, all 12 years in Milwaukee, or 13, however long they were in Milwaukee, and the very first year in Atlanta, his last year was with the Atlanta Braves.
That's a good question. Usually I'm up on that stuff. It's not Hank Aaron, huh?
No.
No.
Because he would have broke the color barrier about 12 years before the Red Sox did, and Boston didn't break the color barrier.
Braves. but he spent most of his career with Milwaukee,
with the Milwaukee
Brewers.
Braves. With the Milwaukee Braves.
Braves.
Yes. Yep, he's the only person to play for the Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta Braves.
A pitcher or a player?
Player.
Player. Eddie Matthews.
There it is. Ding, 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 ding. Eddie
No.
Matthews. Yes.
That was just a pure guess. I know he played in the 50s, and I was thinking about a slugger. And
Yep.
Matthews does have over 500 home runs in his career.
Yep.
Eddie Matthews.
Eddie Matthews.
So what do I get for that?
You got congratulations, Moose. Thanks for playing.
Okay, that works.
You can call in again next
Yeah,
week.
yeah, exactly.
And I'll
All
get
right,
the same-
so you got
I'll
some
get
thoughts?
the same prize.
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah,
the same
exactly.
prize I got today.
You got some
Yeah.
thoughts on the Sox?
Okay. Who are those guys? The Red Sox. Who are those guys?
They are
Hey, you gotta love it.
the Cora Red Sox. That's who they are.
All
Moose.
right, you had to say it. You know, I was going to bring it up. This is just about the same time where the Sox signed Cora last year to that 3-year extension of his contract. If you recall, it's just about
Yeah,
the All-Star
right before the
break,
All-Star
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was right around this time. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's about right.
And then the Sox suffered that swoon right after that.
Oh yeah.
And now let's see, let's enjoy the moment. They're still playing the Rays, but they're the Cubs, Phillies, and Dodgers to
Yep.
follow.
Yep.
That's tall order.
Yep.
Uh,
But if they could
right.
somehow, if they could split these next two with Tampa, which would be great, that would mean that they took 3 out of 4 from Tampa. Hold on to basically third place going into the All-Star break. Come out about 5 games out, and then they, now you got some confidence with the young guys. Pat had brought up earlier. You got Roman Anthony just looks good at the plate. Meyer is okay at the plate and is just playing a solid defense right now. Rafaela, my gosh, he's the MVP of the team right now.
He's great. He's great. I like this kid anyway. Look, of course, you love his defense. There's no
Right.
doubt
Yeah.
about that. But his bat's coming alive. Boy, that ball's still going that he hit last night. And that hasn't landed yet.
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
We said it just landed on the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy here.
Yeah,
at
I'll go fetch it.
in the last 10 games, we mentioned it earlier, he's hitting 405, 15 hits, 4 homers, 13 RBIs, 10 runs scored. That's
Wow.
and he's becoming like must see, like viewing, like, oh good, Rafaela's up. Like
Yeah.
something's gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah,
If
you
from-
have confidence. Yeah, you've got confidence in him. Oh, you're right.
From the
Yeah,
9
you know
hole,
that.
too, right?
Yeah, he's still in the 9 hole.
You know, they've been fluctuating. He's been like 7,
Yeah.
9, but
Still bottom of the order.
Yeah, he's still leaving me. I think Toro. I think Navarez ought to move down in the lineup a little bit. I don't like him in the 3 and 4 hole.
I don't like Narvaez up that high, but I'm happy
Right.
with what he's been doing because I was disappointed that they traded Teal in the offseason. Narvaez has stepped right in, and he's other than 2 pass balls weirdly last night that came out of nowhere, which allowed a run to score. But he's been throwing base runners out. I think at like 30%. Like, he leads the MLB in throwing out runners.
There's no questioning his defense. I like his defense.
Right.
I just what the heck happened to Connor Wong this year? I mean, he just fell off the map.
I think Connor Wong, I think if you look back at some of his previous stats in the minor leagues, what he did last year was the aberration, and what he's doing this year is a little bit more normal. And that's when I'm a little nervous with Abraham Toro doing the same thing. So if they
I don't like Toro. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say I don't like him for the duration.
No, I think if they get a chance to trade him, if they can get something for him, I'd be okay
Sure.
with that.
Sure.
That would be okay. Romy Gonzalez is doing good at first. I'd like to see Campbell play a hit more down in Worcester. He's hitting only 202. I think if he was hitting better and he's playing a decent first base, he'd be up in Boston, and they would move on Toro. But Campbell's not hitting good enough right now.
No, it's Kev, I beg to differ. Let him stay down there. We got enough rookies up here, and they're all doing fine. Put him up and only mix the soup up too much.
Right.
Where would you put him? I mean, where would you put
Oh no,
him?
it would be in that platoon role.
I don't like
with
he hasn't
Romy
played-
Gonzalez
I don't like his
at
defense
first.
anyway. He's not a good defensive player.
I'm assuming he'd be okay at first. He hasn't made an error yet, and it's a small sample. It's only 8 games, but we'll see. But either way, right now the Gonzalez Toro rotation seems to be working in Boston. And then surprisingly, we've only touched on it a little bit. Lucas Giolito, his last 7 starts, it's just been incredible. what he's
Yeah,
done.
he's reborn.
He really has been. I guess him and the pitching coach have worked on like an arm slot change and or something.
Well, Crochet goes today. I don't know who's going in tomorrow before the All-Star break. Is it Bello?
It's probably Bayo, yeah, who just came off a complete game himself, which is a rarity in today's game. So, yeah.
All right, listen, guys, thanks for taking my call. I know you got a few minutes left and you want to wrap up the show.
Yep.
But it's always a pleasure to call in. And, hey, go Sox.
Go Sox. Have a good weekend, Moose. All right.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. The Mighty Moose joining us here on in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin, and tough to find anything negative on the Red Sox this week. Moose very positive this week, Pat. It's a different Moose.
Yeah,
it's
well, he's calling much later. So
yeah.
Maybe
it's time to digest the win from last night.
Got some fresh air.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so no, the Sox, doing playing great, going into the All-Star break. Crochet pitching. We think Bayo tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, and then the All-Star break. Rafael would have been a nice addition with Crochet going down to keep it with the Sox. But either way, give him a little bit of time. Hey, look, take the break.
No, I think they picked up another.
They picked up,
Tiger.
Did they pick up
kid.
a
Yeah,
Tiger?
there's like 7 Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers.
Yeah, they're.
Here we are. Hoping the Red Sox sneak into the last wild card
13
spot.
games up in the Central, right?
There's really, you got the race. You got the Blue Jays are up by 2 and 5 on the Sox and 5.5 on the Tampa. The Tigers are up 12.5 right now. They're 59 and 36, 12.5 on the Twins, and they are 3.5 behind the wild card spot. So the Twins are still fighting for something. The Astros are up 6 on the Mariners. The Mariners are still fighting for something. Rangers. So the wild card race is still wide open. NL East, big race going on between the Phillies and the Mets. They're split up by a half a game, and then a big drop off down to the Marlins, 3rd place. I wouldn't have guessed that. The Cubs and Brewers have a big race going on. They're only separated by a game. The Cardinals 5.5 out. The Reds hanging in there, 7.5. And over in the West, the Dodgers, they have lost 7 in a row where they had a 10-game lead. They now all of a sudden have only a 4-game lead on the Giants and 4.5 on the Padres. All right, in the time we have left, Pat, we didn't get into it much this week. Your thoughts on the Will Clark, Will Fleming, Rafael Devers take? It was official. Like, I did hear this or read it. When Clark invited Devers to work with him at first base, that was during the Red Sox series. It took me a while to find that. I thought this was recent. It was during the Red Sox series, so right after Devers got traded. But what's your take on the whole thing with Devers and Will Clark, etc.?
Regardless of what, I think Will Clark has since come out and said, like, well, I don't, I can certainly understand him not wanting to be taking fielding work at first base while the Red Sox are right here, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. Like, if they've asked you to play first and they want you to get reps in, and you get a guy like Will Clark coming to the field to do it, like, you go. Or there's at least a conversation about, like, hey, let's work on this. It doesn't sound like there was any communication. He just didn't show. He didn't go.
Right.
So they have
3 days in a row. At least by the 3rd day, you've got to hear, hey, Will Clark's in the house.
Yeah.
Go work with him. And if that was during the Red Sox series, now all of a sudden he's got an injury that he's been nursing. Where did this come from? I didn't hear about it in Boston. You didn't hear about it in San Francisco. He's 20 games in.
They have a big problem on their hands.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so, for the people who are like, oh my gosh, the Sox got rid of Devers. Not good. And I would agree with you if Devers had 1 year left on his contract, or maybe 2, and then you're like, okay, and the Sox, right, and the Sox go on a run like this,
it's not going to get any better.
8 more years of this with, you know what? I'm not going to play. I can't play everywhere. They asked him, to possibly take some balls at third. His position that he didn't want to give up, a position that he led the league in errors.
This was San Fran.
This was in Boston. I'm just reiterating. Wouldn't go back to third when Bregman went down. Was never asked to play first until Casas went down, and then they were afraid to ask him. And now at first base in San Francisco, in 23 games, In San Francisco, 100 at bats. Looking up his stats, all at DH. They haven't asked him. He hasn't taken any balls at first base. I mean, this isn't a small sample of a weekend series. 23 games in, he's hitting .220 with a 350 on base. So he's working on the on base. He's still at 2 home runs, still at 9 RBIs. He's not hitting, and the Giants are in the middle of a race out there, and they need him, especially with the Dodgers losing 7 in a row.
They're on a skid too. I mean,
a little bit of
playing
a skid,
great.
yeah. So it's, I don't know. I am glad the Sox are out from
100%.
under that 8 more years of that contract.
I mean, on paper, everything looks great now because things have been working out for us and everything like that. But even regardless, I think they cut bait. And they just said, "Listen, let's take our." I think our lick and we'll move on from it and we'll be in a bit like I think Kennedy came out or either Kennedy or Breslow came out saying, you know, I think at the end of the year we'll end up winning more games because of this trade than we would have if we kept him.
And I think that's a nod to the clubhouse atmosphere.
And that was
not to the players he brought in
2 weeks ago.
Right.
So it's not like he's saying it now after this they turned things around and went on this crazy win streak. But
I think even if they had lost all these games, I think I still feel the same way because I just think there was a negative influence going on that they need to get out from under. I think the Red Sox were forced into signing him after losing Betts and Bogarts. They're like, okay, this is the third of the big three. It's almost going to be like Anthony, Meyer, and Campbell. If all three come off a contract, 6 years from now or whatever, and they lose 2, and they're going to be forced by public relations to hold on to the third. Hopefully they hold on to the correct one, 6-7 years from now. And I think that's what happened here. They were forced to keep Devers. They kept the wrong guy. And he became a negative influence in the clubhouse. I think, Cora was afraid of him or rocking the boat with him.
Maybe those stories that have come out now, maybe they aren't false.
Right. He ghosted Cora in the offseason. He ghosted Ortiz.
But even the stories that go back to when he was 17, he was supposed to come up, and then they had to kick him off the plane.
Right.
I don't care about that stuff because he's
getting out there.
Who knew that he was going to be what he was at 17?
Right. Exactly.
But if they have that information and you kind of like, all right, well, can he turn around? Can he turn around? Yeah, It's not happening.
And you hope it's just a maturity thing back then anyway, but it's, I'm personally, I'm glad I was upset with Bogarts leaving. I know he hasn't been living up to his contract. Obviously I was upset with Betts leaving. I was not as upset with Devers. It was just something off about him, and then with the young kids playing so well. So, all right, we're just about at the end of our show here. A couple things we didn't get to that we wanted to. If you haven't seen it yet, look up the name Nick Tarnasky.
Yeah, Nick Tarnasky golf fight.
And enjoy the next 2 to 8 minutes.
It's must watch TV.
If here's a word of advice, a little PSA announcement. When you're golfing and you've had too much to drink, don't challenge former NHL players who are known for fighting.
Yeah, let them play through.
Let them play through. It's I'm not a good golfer. I'm more than happy to let anybody play through. But don't challenge the goons that used to play in the NHL. Also, one other thing we didn't get to: Gavin McKenna. You may not know the name.
Live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street in Woonsocket. This is ON AM and FM.
WOON, Woonsocket.